I just feel like the jury is always out with Baker Mayfield. I don't think we're ever 100% positive. Justin Fields looking much better Sunday in the win over the Lions, although they were playing the Lions. But that didn't stop head coach Matt Nagy from insisting that Andy Dalton will remain the team's starter when healthy, and that Justin Fields will be QB2. Broussard, what do you make of that from Nagy?
Well, look, some people might think I'm down on Matt Nagy because he's the only person who's been under duress for 2 times. He's the only one that's been a multiple appearee on the under duress list. But I actually think there is some rationale to this that makes sense. All right, we know Nagy needs to win games, all right, to save his job, for his job security. They're 2-2, so even though they don't look like a very good team, they can say we're still very much alive in the playoff race. I know it's a long way to go, but our season is far from over. So they want to win games. And Justin Fields, if you name him the starting quarterback right now, and he continues to play poorly, he's really playing poorly, let's just admit it, and you are losing games and losing a chance to maybe be a wild card team because of it, and you benched him and put in Dalton, now it becomes incredibly negative. All right, the narrative is that, oh, it's another Ohio State quarterback who's a bust. It may hurt Justin Fields' psyche because he would have been benched. But if you leave it open like Dalton's our starter, and Justin comes out next week and plays another bad game, maybe they lose, and you go to Dalton, then it's not a benching. It's just Justin's continuing to develop. We told you he wasn't ready. He's continuing to develop. This is no cause for alarm. He's going to be great one day, but Dalton is better right now. And Dalton is better right now. Dalton's not even a good quarterback anymore. I totally disagree. But he's better than Justin. He's better, Nick. Come on.
No,
right now.
Justin Fields made 4 throws in that game against Detroit that Andy Dalton hasn't made in 4 years. They're going to be, listen, the Bears are bad no matter who their quarterback is. Their next 4 is Vegas, Green Bay, Tampa, and San Francisco. Their best case scenario, no matter who their quarterback is 1-3. They're probably 0-4. The way you get better at football is playing football. And the Bears do not have the explosive playmakers to score enough points with the Andy Dalton dink and dunk offense. We had Allen Robinson say it after week 1 or week 2 where he's like, well, it's hard when we're only running 10 yards and we're not running past the sticks. Show the spray charts. Andy Dalton week 1, Justin Fields week 4. Andy Dalton, oh, that's a lot of green. Yeah, all at the line of scrimmage, scored 14 points. Justin Fields, those 4 passes, 20-plus yards down the field, Andy Dalton can't make those anymore. And okay, so yeah, they're going to, guess what, Wilds? The Bears are going to lose to bad teams good teams all year. They're not a good team themselves. Like Justin, they scored 24 points in that game against the Lions. Justin Fields made some elite level throws. You go with it. Andy Dalton's not good. It's not a Jimmy Garoppolo situation. Andy Dalton stinks.
Once they're clearly out of it, go with Justin. But right now, they're still trying to win, Nick, and I don't blame them.
Andy Dalton doesn't help you win.
Dalton's status, we don't even know if it's Andy Dalton. His status is still up in the air. It'll be determined this weekend. We'll see. Bears head to Vegas to face the Raiders. We head to New England now, though. The decision to kick from 56 yards out by Bill Belichick still in question. Did he cost the Patriots a win in the process? Break it down next. First things first. You were right. Time to run the no huddle. Good for Bubba. That's an awesome win. That was good to see. Talking the Cleveland Browns, specifically their quarterback, Baker Mayfield. Man, he had one of his worst games to date on Sunday, only able to complete 15 of his 33 passes against the Vikings, but certainly wasn't for a lack of opportunity. He missed a wide-open OBJ multiple times on Sunday. Bottom line, Browns need better from Baker. The quarterback, though, very thankful for that Cleveland defense bailing him out. Take a listen to this.
When I'm playing quarterback like that, that's thankful they played like that. I mean, that's a really good offense that's averaging, I think, 30 points a game. So for them to play lights out like that, we're lucky to have them on our side. And, you know, I need to pick it up because if I think that piss poor performance is going to cut it. It's not, so I'll get better. But luckily, we can lean on those guys and run the ball when we need to.
Just the 2 touchdown passes this season for Baker. This season, that is the fewest among quarterbacks that have started all 4 games. That Browns defense, the driving force behind the 3-game win streak. Browns have a decision to make. Nick, is Baker Mayfield costing himself money with his mediocre season?
Well, yes, but not to the degree I think a lot of people believe. He is certainly putting himself out of contention to get the deal Josh Allen got. But he is, as long as the Browns continue winning, as long as the Browns make the playoffs, and I think everyone believes they will, he is going to get a contract extension of around $40 million per year after the season. Now, will it be $45 million? Will it touch Josh Allen? Probably not. So he's costing himself, maybe 10 to 15% of what the total upside could be. But more importantly than Baker's bank account, he needs to play better for the Browns to be able to reach their full potential. The numbers are jarring. Fewer than 250 yards per game, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, a passer rating that doesn't look terrible if you don't remember that these days passer ratings are about 20 points higher than they were just 5, 8, 9 years ago. So he must play better. Right now they are leaning on that defense tremendously. And Broussard, Wildes mentioned Brandon. Confession to the audience. I got a text from Brandon yesterday. I didn't even open it. I don't know what it says, because I know what it says. It's about Baker Mayfield and him taunting me about Baker Mayfield. Sorry, Brandon, if you're watching. Didn't read it, won't respond to it till Baker plays better. But he's got to play better, especially with their 2 games coming up, 2 very tough games coming up, where they're going to need that defense and the offense to produce.
I'm with you, Nick, on him eventually getting paid. I would say he's delaying his big payday. Look, the Browns aren't moving on from Baker Mayfield unless they could somehow trade him for a better quarterback. All right, he has led them to the playoffs for the first time in 18 years. He has led them to a playoff victory for the first time in 26 years. Just think about what the Browns were a couple years ago. I mean, this franchise was in the dumps, and he's not elite, and I don't think he'll ever be elite. He's not a great quarterback. He's a good quarterback. And what the Browns are clearly doing right now, Nick, I really believe they're trying to maximize his rookie deal so they can add the pieces around a good but not great quarterback, so maybe they can win a Super Bowl with that quarterback because he's not making a ton of money. So they picked up his option for next year. So I'm not so sure. I mean, I get it that the extension would kick in later, but they may not come to an extension next year. They may just let him